On February 28, 2026, the United States and Israel launched a coordinated daylight strike across Iran. The operation, codenamed Epic Fury by the U.S., targeted multiple high-value sites simultaneously. Operation Epic Fury is the official military designation for the American component of these joint attacks. These strikes targeted the leadership hierarchy of the Iranian government. The attack destroyed a compound in Tehran, killing Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei and ending his 37-year tenure. Ali Khamenei was the second Supreme Leader of Iran, holding ultimate political authority since 1989. Khamenei's death created an immediate constitutional crisis. Because he had not named a successor, his sudden removal left a power vacuum at the center of the state. To manage the transition, officials formed the Interim Leadership Council. The Interim Leadership Council is a temporary, three-member governing body composed of the sitting president, the Chief Justice, and a senior religious jurist selected from the Guardian Council. The Guardian Council is an appointed 12-member body that oversees elections and legislation in the Iranian government. While the government restricted domestic internet connectivity and deployed security forces to prevent uprisings, the Iranian diaspora and opposition groups held rallies worldwide. Many displayed the pre-revolutionary lion and sun flag. The lion and sun flag is a historic national emblem that serves today as a primary symbol of opposition to the Islamic Republic. The Interim Leadership Council faced a choice between internal collapse and external confrontation. To maintain the loyalty of the military and project authority, the council turned toward a policy of immediate retaliation. The February 28th strike removed the established leadership and left the remaining officials with a narrow set of options. Without a clear path to diplomacy, the new council utilized military escalation to secure its position. For decades, Iran operated through a shadow war involving the Axis of Resistance. The Axis of Resistance is a network of proxy militias across the Middle East, armed and funded by Tehran. This strategy allowed the regime to strike its enemies while maintaining plausible deniability. The sudden February 28 strikes by the United States and Israel signaled the absolute end of those rules. Within hours, United States F-22 Raptors and Israeli fighter jets operated within Iranian airspace without resistance. The F-22 Raptor is a fifth-generation stealth tactical fighter aircraft used by the U.S. Air Force. Allied forces used long-range munitions to dismantle air defense networks and command and control hubs of the IRGC. The Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps is a military branch tasked with protecting the country's political system. In response, the Interim Leadership Council initiated Operation True Promise 4, shifting from proxy warfare to direct state-on-state confrontation. Operation True Promise 4 is the official Iranian military designation for this wave of retaliatory missile strikes. The response was massive, with over 150 ballistic missiles and drones launched directly from Iranian soil toward targets in Israel and across the Persian Gulf. This marks the first instance of the Iranian state authorizing an overt strike against United States and Israeli targets without using militia intermediaries. The removal of the Iranian leadership ended the era of proxy warfare. The conflict is now a conventional war between regional and global powers, operating without previous norms of restraint. This map shows the flight paths of Iranian missiles reaching from Iran toward regional hubs. Since Iran cannot contest the air war directly, it has expanded the conflict to include neighboring Arab states. Initial targets included U.S. military installations in neutral or mediating nations. Iran launched strikes against the Al-Salam Air Base in Kuwait, the U.S. Fifth Fleet headquarters in Bahrain, and Al Udeid Air Base in Qatar. The U.S. Fifth Fleet is a numbered fleet of the United States Navy, responsible for naval forces in the Persian Gulf and surrounding waters. The strikes also reached civilian infrastructure, hitting high-rise buildings in the UAE and airports in Oman. The United Arab Emirates is a sovereign state in West Asia, located at the eastern end of the Arabian Peninsula. These attacks were intended to pressure regional governments into demanding a halt to U.S. operations. The maritime front escalated as Iran officially closed the Strait of Hormuz. The Strait of Hormuz is a narrow waterway connecting the Persian Gulf to the Gulf of Oman that serves as the conduit for 20% of the world's oil supply. The blockade caused immediate economic fallout. Within days, oil prices rose past $80 per barrel, affecting net importing countries and creating uncertainty in global energy markets. This chart shows how a 20% reduction in oil volume through the Strait of Hormuz correlates with a spike in Brent crude prices. Brent crude is the leading global price benchmark for Atlantic Basin crude oils. This disruption resulted in significant declines in stock market indices, including a 400-point drop in the Dow Jones. The Dow Jones Industrial Average is a stock market index that tracks 30 large publicly owned companies trading on the New York Stock Exchange. The 2026 crisis demonstrates how targeted strikes can impact the global economy within days. In this environment, regional neutrality has not prevented direct involvement in the conflict.